A little too close. It is good to be back, as always. We always like to start with the ringing and allow it to completely fade out. We are never in that much of a hurry. And it is wonderful to be back, of course. After a few days off, in which Saul was busy and not so busy, being busy. But he was very happy last night in anticipation of making time today, and felt and commented on the joy and peace that the idea of recording today brought him, the anticipation of it. And he was commenting on how when there was a delay in returning to other creative projects, for example, music and writing, screenplays, which he has done in the past, he was trying to remember if he felt a giddiness, a peacefulness, a joy in returning to such work, and he could not identify or equate the feelings. And that is because this is not a creative process as much as a flowing process, and it's a slight delineation of difference. Whereas you think you are creating on your own, and you are, but you always have help in a creative process. We can't help ourselves helping. Whereas this is not as much a creative process as taking a mold of clay and presenting something new to the world. It's close, but this is more of a flowing, not of creation, into creating something, as much as flowing creation itself. We don't know if you can pass the difference. It is more direct infusion of the essence of creativity, which is all that is. Putting on a direct show for you. Hi. The equivalent analogy would be writing a movie into words and direction and explanation of scenes, and then having those interpreted by others, numerous hundreds of others, in order to get a product that can then be viewed by unlimited amounts of viewers. It's very similar. However, of course, there is no writing involved here. It is taking out the middleman, or one of the middle women, to be balanced. We are waiting to see if there's an interruption. It makes capturing these recordings a little bit suspenseful. Always worried he will be outed as a real weirdo. It shall be an interesting rest of life adventure for our boy. Anyway, the feeling is different for him. He does enjoy these recordings and does not think they are a chore, and does not think they are a job or a goal. Must finish this writing, must finish that song. So the feeling is different and slightly different from creation. There isn't anything that we necessarily want to impart today. We simply wanted to say welcome to any viewers down the line whom might tune in at this point for the first time ever to anything like this. We are just so happy to with you in this form, a direct form, a more direct form, visually and through speech. He doesn't like the term auditory, but it is. And to just, there was a question Saul had as to, should all of his future meditations be recorded? There is no requirement, of course, but in a way he doesn't want to miss anything going forward. And when he meditates, we don't usually interrupt it in this manner. So he saw himself meditating without recording going forward. And it seems kind of bland. However, he will have times where meditating without recording will be beneficial. So we wanted to get that on the record. But more, this recording is just to be together in a meditative state, in a connected state, with the camera going, in order just to enjoy each other's company live on tape. Unfortunately, without a studio audience, as they used to say on your broadcasts on the television. There isn't anything really pressing. Saul is doing a very good job in allowing his life to flow and trusting his inner spirit to dance with. He is not currently partnered up with anybody else and hasn't been for a long time, but the dance he has with his inner self, his grander self, you would think would be a poor substitute for physical interaction. But it all goes together. If you go to a dance in the old-timey way, and you are on the periphery, enjoying your beverages and conversation with whoever you're with, and you see two people dancing and really enjoying themselves, you might look upon them with admiration and jealousy that you don't have that at that moment. It is better to focus on the admiration part, of course, in our opinion, if that is what you like. If you just prefer being social but not connected to anyone, at least that's better than sitting at home, not interacting with anyone. But it is wonderful to dance with whomever you're dancing with, and to know at the same time that you are not alone. person is dancing by themselves in a park or at the beach or wherever. It can be seen as a crazy person or as someone who is enjoying life, and you might get the same reaction. Jealousy. What is that person on? I wish I could be that happy. I wish I could dance. Relatively negative thoughts, instead of just looking at them and going, well, that's wonderful. Good for them. Even if they're not a good dancer. And to know that you are constantly dancing with yourself. It may not feel like you're always leading. It may feel like you are leading, but you don't know what you're dancing to. All kinds of analogies can spring up. But you are never alone. Not any one of you. Ever. And this is the feeling that we want to impart, and that's all is feeling. You can use that information to strengthen your will in times of sorrow, grief, abandonment, boredom. And just sit, even if you don't know how to meditate. Take 20 minutes or a half hour and find a quiet place and just sit with no agenda. And see what happens. If your mind is racing and you're upset or just bored, give yourself time. No matter how busy you think you are, no matter how crowded your schedule. The kids are driving you crazy, or the boss won't leave you alone. That is the real benefit of meditation. Or even taking a nap. Take as many naps as you want, because you do not sleep when you are dead. It's been said many times before. How you are right now is as dead as you will ever be, meaning you are not and will not ever be dead in a conscious way. That is a term others who will remain in physical form after you've passed on will say about you. He was this and that, she was this and that. What happened? Where are they now? They're dead. Not true. But it appears that way. Yes, it is ironic. Saul is saying, I don't really have to do anything, but I'd like to go to the store. And it's ironic that I don't have anything to do, and you don't, meaning us, have anything to really discuss. But we also don't have any questions. And that is the point of this recording. Sometimes it is good just to be with everything. You don't have to praise anything, you don't have to say thank you, you don't have to give compliments, or it's nice, but it's not required. You are experiencing, even when you are not doing anything, when you're just sitting on a couch in a basement and you have the day off. He's letting it flow, and we're just going with the flow as always. And he is very happy. It is the same feeling he had in anticipation last night of how it would go. We think he thought there would be some kind of massive message. If he had any preview last night, this was it. The connection, the quiet celebration of being able to just be here together. Surprise. Amazing. It's wonderful.